Hey, good evening. I just want to take a couple minutes tonight to talk about how to make a blog post. I've had a couple requests recently asking just that question. How do you blog? How do you embed a photo? How do you make a blog post with an embedded photo and then share that on Facebook? Similar to what you see a lot of the news media outlets sharing. So without further ado, I'm going to skip a couple steps, assuming that you've already got this part done. But if you don't, hit me up and I'll be happy to explain this part of the process too. But the first thing you need is a domain name. I use GoDaddy, that's my favorite one. They have a good dashboard for your domain name. So you want to make sure you've grabbed a domain name, robthompsonrealtor.com, for example. robthompson.com is taken by a magician in Las Vegas. But you grab your domain name, you register it, and then WordPress is a hosting platform, content platform, a content management system, or a CMS. So if you go through GoDaddy, for example, you can register your domain name and sign up for their domain hosting services, and they'll install as part of all this process. It takes about 15 minutes from the time you buy your domain name to the time that you have WordPress installed. So you get your domain name, you sign up for the hosting service through a web host provider like GoDaddy, and then as part of that web host, most good web hosts will have a service where they let you install WordPress with the click of a button. So this brief tutorial assumes that you've got a domain name, that you've signed up for a domain hosting service, and that you have WordPress installed. Once you have WordPress installed and your website's up, to make a post, it's really quite simple. There's a couple plugins you want installed first, in my opinion, and primarily the Yoast SEO plugin, and I'll explain why in a little bit. But once you've got your CMS set up, your WordPress set up, you're going to go and you want to make sure that you have this one right here, Yoast SEO, set up, and I'll show you why here momentarily. So, okay, you're going to make a blog post. You go to new on your dashboard, you go to new post. This screen will pop up. We're going to put in a title. This is a test post. Okay. And then this is test content. You can change the font. You can do all kinds of good stuff with it. But there you go, test content, test post. So if you want to put some media in it, and this is where we get into those thumbnails. You see a lot of the content that's shared on Facebook has thumbnails. Well, we want to make sure we'll add our media. So we're going to come in here, we're going to put add media. You can go to upload. You can upload any media file that you want to be the image in that post. In this case, I have a bunch in here already. Let's go with these hands. So I'll have already uploaded this. Click my hands, I'll click insert post. Insert into post. There's the hands. I can resize it. I can move it around. If I click a line right, the text shifts up. So there we go. Anyway, we got our embedded file. We got our content. This is what we want to write. Let's give it a category. We're just going to call it blog. You can define as many categories as you want. What kind of SEO tags do you want to give it? We'll give it hands, new post, content, and this helps with the SEO, the tags. We're going to click add. And then this is where that Yoast SEO is an important part. As part of the plugin, that you've installed in your plugins, on the left here where we have the post, you'll see on the second one is a social media tag. This is how you control how Facebook displays this thumbnail. So you're going to go in here. This is a post. There are like it, but this one is mine. Okay. Now, what thumbnail do you want Facebook specifically to use? If you like the hands image, for example, we'll come back, we'll click upload image. In this case, we have it uploaded, so we can just select it, and we're going to click use image. So now, Facebook will have this be the little intro text that we see in those posts, and it'll use that image. Okay, we're all done. We put our content in, we gave it a headline, we put an image in with our Yoast SEO plugin that we installed earlier with our WordPress CMS. We're going to go to the social media aspect of that plugin. We're going to change our Facebook description. We're going to click highlight a Facebook image. We've put our tags or category in, and we're going to come and we're going to hit publish. And once that publishes, it would appear my internet is being a little bit slow. Oh, there it goes. Okay. Okay. So if we want to see how that post looks on our web page, we just click View Post. So here's our test content. Let's highlight this URL. And Facebook has a really cool tool. If you go to developers.facebook.com, you can go to Tools and Support, and then Sharing Debugger. And you can actually see, before you post it on Facebook, by clicking Debug there and clicking Fetch New Information, how is it going to show up on Facebook when you share it? Okay, so you see my thumbnail isn't quite there yet, so let's click Scrape again. There it is. So that is how you make these posts on Facebook show up. Through that Yoast SEO plugin is how I control the text that's going to show up there. If you don't do that, it'll just pull the snippet from whatever your test content is. If you had 4 lines there, that would appear here. If you want to control the content and how it displays on Facebook, here is how you would do so. That's really all there is to it in terms of making a post and seeing how it's going to display on Facebook and controlling how it's going to display on Facebook. If you need any help with domain names, with what is a host, with how to set up WordPress, I'll do another tutorial, but I just wanted to highlight this for you real quick. Have a great night, and I'll catch you around.